Hi, parents, teachers, and administrators. I want you to take a red hot minute with me and reevaluate, sort of step back, reflect, and figure out where do we want to go next with virtual learning. So we might think right now, be tempted to feel like, oh my God, this is the worst of times, but actually I think it is going to be the best of times. We have it in our power to communicate with each other and figure out some ways that will help kids learn more efficiently and more easily with a lot more fun. I'm Linda Cortez. I'm the author of the best-selling book Red Hot Math. Now I work with districts across the United States and I help them turn their math haters into math-loving achievers. So I have 5 red hot, let's call them habits of teaching that we can use as a framework to evaluate what we're doing virtually and move forward and make some changes. So when I say red hot, I'm talking about R for rigor, E for engagement, D for differentiation, and of course hot is habits of teaching. So what I'm going to talk about here are 5 habits of teaching that are going to help make instruction red hot for our kids. So first of all, let's think about the word balance. By balance, let's think of 2 things. First of all, digital versus hands-on, and let's talk about working on skills, the drill and kill kind of thing that kids do need, but also let's balance it with an equal amount of creative work, kids using critical thinking skills, kids producing products that are creative. So that's balance. The second thing that I want to make like as a framework, a guiding principle, would be the idea of less is more. So in other words, let's get rid of the to-do list. I'm working with, it's kind of interesting, I get to be in the trenches now, both trenches of the teaching side and the learning side and the home side. So it's really like 3 trenches. So I'm helping my 1st grade grandson at home with his homeschooling. And every day we get a list of things that we're supposed to do. And, everybody is trying to figure this out. I get it. But at this point now, we know that this is just one day. We're going to go through all these things. It just becomes task after task after task where we're checking things off. We did this, and let's make sure we get it all in. So instead, let's think about less is more. In other words, how can we combine reading, math, social studies, science, and even the specials? How can we combine those and make less for students to do, but yet have them be able to connect what they're doing and what they're learning? So less is more. Let's connect things. Let's see. The third one I want to talk about is only give assignments where feedback is possible. If there's no feedback, how do students know what they're doing? How do they know if they're doing on the right track? How will they even keep interest in it if they think that nobody's even looking at what they're doing? Okay, so give assignments that require feedback. The 4th one is let's use this opportunity we have to individualize and differentiate. It's like easier now than ever to do this. So we have all this data from benchmark tests and state tests and all kinds of diagnostic testing that we've done. So let's use it. If you're at the elementary level, I think it's reasonable to expect that each child could have an individualized plan of these are the skills that this student needs to move forward. Maybe some skills that they need extra help on. How can I accelerate them? How can I enrich them? So an individual plan. Now, if you're at a level like middle school where you're more compartmentalized, so you're a math teacher and you're maybe serving up to 150 teachers, how do you make an individual plan? Well, this might be a good time to think about grouping kids according to common skills that they need and offering a Zoom, either a video or a live class where that's exactly what you teach is that skill, and you give them some assignment, of course with feedback, and you check back with them on a weekly or every other day basis. Okay, let's get creative with our schedules. We can do that now. And then that brings me to the fifth framework, and that would be keep communication open. So I want you to kind of think of communication as a triangle where the student is at the top here, you have the parent here, and you have the school over here, which includes the teachers, administration, and all of that. So we want to keep communicating open with all those people. So parents, if you're listening to this, a really good thing you could do is write these tips down, listen to it again, write the tips down, and when you get a chance to comment or to have a Zoom meeting with the school, I know like my grandson's school is having a meeting where the parents are invited to give comments and questions and feedback on how is it going, what do we need to do. So keep these ideas in mind. If you're a teacher or administrator, you can use these ideas and run them by parents and have a conversation. So let's keep the conversation going. And another thing I want to stress to you is if there's anything in here that you have a question about, or you're like, that would never work, or how would I make that work? I am so available right now. And if you go to my website, there's ways for parents, there's ways for administrators, there's ways for teachers to reach out to me. And so you just go to redhotmath.com, redhotmath.com. And when you get there, you'll see the appropriate place where you need to click so that you can get a hold of me and get your questions answered, find out more, get free support, whatever it is you need. So I hope that you take advantage of it, and I hope you have an awesome rest of the week, and let's make this the best of times, okay? Thank you so much. Have a great day.